Hey guys, back again with another sit and chill episode. This is officially episode number 2, and I think I'm gonna deem it "What Do You Want to Do?" Part 2. And so, the first part, uh, Captain Obvious, was obviously part 1, and but hopefully you saw that video. If you did not, um, I suggest that you go and take a look at that one first, and then jump over to this one. So that way there can be some continuity, right? Although sometimes there's not much continuity um, in how I lay out things, and so I'm gonna stop downing myself because I'm not that type of person. So I just like to keep it real though. So anyway, oh, I need to press the timer button because this is supposed to be a 10-minute show. And so, um, I mean, this is only episode 2, but I'm sure you will decipher that it's not like a literal 10 minutes. So please don't shoot me down in the comments section. And so, if there is any comment sections, there may not be anyone listening to this right now. I may just be talking into a multiverse. And so anyway, let me hit that start button. I haven't really progressed anything with the sketch. And like I said before, the sketch is really just a background thing. Just like if background music is playing, it's just to facilitate, to keep your eyes on the screen type thing. And so most importantly is hopefully whatever I'm sharing, um, connects with you on some level, gives um, uh, some form of, I guess, guidance or just options, really. It's almost like a life coach, and it's, here are the options, here are some suggestions and stuff like that, and hopefully it means something to you, and hopefully whether it's something that you can use or perhaps someone else can use. So that's my hope. My hope is just to have conversations with random people that I don't know and they don't know me. But but the goal would just be to, for us to help each other and to grow and improve and progress. And so yeah. So I cheated. Well, everyone will know that I cheated because this is going to be more than 10 minutes. So here goes: 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Hit the start button. 9 minutes and 57 seconds. All right. So yeah. So part 2. What do you want to do? What's your passion? And I guess the easy. Oh, that freaked me out. My earbuds just sort of slid down my left thigh, and I was just like, "What the heck?" So let me just put this over here. Okay, no more stealth attacks from my earbuds. So the easiest way for me to, I guess, address this more succinctly would be to just use myself as an example, right? Because I mean, I could make generalizations as far as, hey, if you want to be a veterinarian, what would be those steps that you would need to take, or what are those steps you would need to make to progress you further into that field and that thing that you want to do, and just how your passion for that goal, how to use that passion, how to utilize that passion, to be as effective in your pursuits. And so I'm just going to use, um, you know, just me and as an example. And so just here goes. So what I wanted to do, and what I still, well, actually it changed a little bit for me. Growing up, I wanted to be a professional animator. I was, and still is, just completely um, fascinated, and I just fell in love with Disney anim- um, Disney movie animations. The Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Um, um, Let me see what else. Geez, Aladdin, uh, uh, Little Mermaid. Just Beauty and the Beast, and of course, I mean, those are just specifically Disney. But I mean, Disney was sort of like mainstream, producers of animated films and such, and so I'm sure there's other studios. But as time went on, you had was it Funimation? I think it is. I'm not sure. And then these different studios, DreamWorks and all that, that made Over the Hedge and such. But you know, I'm not that much of an old head, but growing up, I grew up on the Aladdins, the Lion Kings, the Little Mermaids, and so that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to be able to tell stories and draw and create them. And I just have just dreams of me working in a studio and just um, looking at the some of my visions would just be me sitting down at my work desk and just looking at the door saying animator, animator or whatever studio, Walt Disney, whatever. I would just envision me just working in a studio and at Walt Disney. And so and that fueled me for a while. And um then as I grew older, um just certain things sort of changed with just my perspective. And and that was just mainly due to just me growing with my gifts of art and just the ability to draw. And so with that, um, somewhat fell out of wanting to be an animator, but I knew I still want to draw, and I want to create characters, and I want to create stories. And so I just took another glance at, okay, what are some other opportunities? And comics, definitely stood out to me. And um, and I was like, yeah, I can, I can do that. Um, and and really, what kind of stood out to me with the comics was the fact that you can create your own story. Now, of course, back then, as it is now, where you can have your own independent comic book, and if you have enough following, you can crowd fund your own comic books or your own comic novels. Of course, back then it was either Marvel or DC. I don't know if Dark Horse was around. Maybe it was, and I just wasn't aware of it. So it was a lot more. Uh, it was a lot less of a independent um, field to necessarily get into. So you have to make sure that, hey, if I want to do this, I need to make sure that I'm good enough, and I can actually work for a studio. But that in my mind, that wasn't like a roadblock for me. I just wanted to draw. And so I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to draw, I want to create stories, I want to create characters, and I was just crazy passionate about it. To a point where I think I don't know if I was in like 11th grade, I believe. There was a point where I just, for a whole week, I just drew. I went to school, of course. Went to school, came home, ate, maybe slept for an hour and a half, and then just got up and just drew. Drew all night, through the night. The next morning, went to school, did work, got home, ate a little bit, took a nap, power nap, I guess, drew. Of course, you don't have to do that, but I just knew in my heart of hearts that this is what I wanted to do, and and that's what I did. And to this day, and there were times when I sort of fell out of it, and that was because I felt discouraged. I was like, man, I'm doing this, I'm drawing, I'm creating all these characters, and it's going nowhere, and at the time I was still in the Bahamas, and so yeah, so if you detect an accent, that's what you're detecting. Born in the Bahamas, but of Haitian descent, so there's a lot of accents going on. And but I was just, I mean, there's just not an avenue. There's just really not an avenue here for me. And why am I doing this? Why am I pursuing this? I need to pursue something else, something that's a little bit more practical. And that's why, like in the first episode, I said, not to get discouraged by what other people say, because when I would share that, hey, I want to be an artist, folks was like, oh, okay, that's nice, and so you just knew that. And then some folks would just be polite and just shake their head and be like, oh, okay, cool, that's cool, man, and so and there were folks who were like, hey, if that's what you are gifted in and that's what you're passionate about, pursue it, um, and so um, this perspective is all off, but that's all right. I'm not trying to be tight with my perspective. I just want to have a. I'm getting sidetracked. So, uh, so yeah, so that's what I did, and like I said, there were times when I kind of fell out of it, and I was just like, um, man, should I really be doing this? Is there, will it be worthwhile? And and I had to come to a point where I'm like, yeah, I this is what I believe I'm gifted to do, and and I just really want to do it, and so yeah, so I continue to do it, and so even to this day, 20 plus years later, I'm being more dedicated with my pursuit of my dream, and so that's what you need to do. Whatever it is, go at it hard. Look at the fundamental steps that you may need to take to broach that that area, that career choice. And honestly, sometimes it may not have to be a career choice. It can be, you trying to get into a hobby. You haven't established any hobbies or anything else, and you're just doing the 9 to 5, and you just want a little bit more out of life, and go at it. Look at something that you do have a passion for, and you've maybe suppressed it, or you've never had an opportunity to express it. Here we go. So yeah, so just go at it. Take those initial steps, and as you take those initial steps, you'll see that, um, wow, yeah, I can, I can do this. Or you may come to a point where you're like, this is not for me. No, 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 this is not for me. I thought I wanted to do this. I don't. I thought I wanted to be a hiker. Not hiking, so, or I thought I wanted to be a soccer player, but that's not working out. And, but move on, don't get stuck in the the lack of discovery, or the discovery of that, this is not for me. It may mean that it's something else, or it may mean that you approach it differently. Because there are many times where I was like, man, you know what, I don't think I have the drawing ability, and sometimes I still struggle with that. I'll think that, I mean, there's so much folks who can draw better than me, so much folks who have better composition and a command of, and and honestly, that's true, so, um and but you just can't allow that to deter you from what you want to do, and particularly if you believe it, you believe in your heart of hearts that, man, I want to do landscaping. Um I want to I want to be a veterinarian. I love animals, and I want to work for a rescue shelter. Go at it, man. You know, um, go at it. Because the last thing you want is that regret of not stepping out and doing it. So take that step. You know, as a babe, it started with one step to begin the process of walking. So, whatever you are passionate about, take that first step, and then take another, and then take another. And then if you trip up, get up and take another step again. Keep stepping forward towards what you want to do. And you never know. You may just meet that goal more times than none. All right, folks, thanks again for tuning in to episode 2 of Sit and Chill. Um, if you enjoyed the episode, if you enjoyed what you've heard so far, please spread the word. Please share and subscribe. And what else do you have to do? Hit likes, hit the like button. If you don't like it, it's fine to hit the dislike button. Leave your comments. Oh, and again, just if you have questions, if there are things that you want to talk about, and like I said, you don't have to. I mean, it's inevitable that our names or whatever is connected to a comment, but however you want to word something, if it's something that you're struggling with, if say struggling with getting bullied at school, or struggling with relationship type things, if there's something that I can offer to you, that's why I'm doing this, and hopefully I'll be able to do that, and hopefully as a community we'll be able to do that for each other. So until next time, sit and chill. Peace.